Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is JT from Above and Below the Belt. I want to talk about the two super featherweight division and who's the two top dogs in that division. Well, I would say Gervonta Davis and Miguel Berchelt. Those are two, but it's another dude who's he's getting his name out there. It's Alberto Machado, and I'm not gonna put him in there yet, but he's looking really good too at the same time. I'll talk about him in another video. But right now, the two top fighters in the division right now is, like I said, Gervonta Davis and Miguel Berchelt. And well, I remember I told you I was gonna make this video about who's the number one and who's the number two. Well, by me looking at YouTube and looking at how they was fighting and stuff like that and all that, I know Gervonta Davis is American, and some people, I've been seeing some comments on different channels talking about Gervonta Davis is a bum and he's a hype job. Well, you know he ain't no bum. That's an obvious. You know, I don't know where they coming from with that. But a hype job, I wouldn't say that either. But I would say he is American, and he will get more publicity and promoted right. You know what I'm saying? Because he is with Mayweather camp. So when you get with Mayweather camp, because he is the top dog in Mayweather camp, matter of fact. So he is going to get that publicity because he's with the Mayweather camp. So, but you can't knock him from being with Mayweather and getting that publicity because he earned some of that stuff too at the same time. You know what I'm saying? He's 20. I think he's 20 and he got 20 and he got 19 knockouts. So he's knocking out these people. He's a knockout artist and he got 0 losses. So he hasn't been stopped yet. So. And Miguel Berchelt, he has 35 wins and 31 KOs and 1 loss, and he's a dog too. And he's from Mexico. He's not a Mexican American or like that. And he doesn't speak English. He speaks Spanish. So I mean that's what's gonna really keep him back from a little bit. But at the same time, look at Julio Cesar Chavez. He didn't speak English. He spoke Spanish. So he's a legend now. You know what I'm saying? Because he was knocking out opponents in the ring and stuff like that. He was a good fighter. So at the same time, but I think that's kind of held him back a little bit too for being number like in the top 5 or not top 10, I say in the pound for pound list of all times or something like that, I would say. But anyway, but right now, getting back on who's the number 1 and number 2, whatever, between these two guys. Well, I'm gonna say they flaw. Well, I say the positive in the negative, which I already made a video about it already. Miguel Berchelt is he got different combinations, stuff like that, different punches and stuff, and he hits hard. You know, he's got a good chin too. His foot movement is okay. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad either. It's okay. He can move around when he need to move around. Because I guess he must want to save himself energy, and it depends on what his opponent is. So, you know, if it's a hard-hitting opponent, I mean, of course he might move around a little bit more than usual. If it's not a hard-hitting opponent, a person who hit hard, so a person who don't hit hard, I guess he's not going to move around that much. But the thing about it is, his head movement can be better. You know what I'm saying? And when he punches, he's not fast. I mean, it gets there, but he's not fast. You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of slow when it comes to Gervonta Davis punches. Athletic, he's not that really athletic to a certain point, but he gets the job done. Of course, he's 5'7" and he got 71-inch reach. Gervonta Davis is what? 5.5 inches. He got 67 or 68.5 inch reach. So he's smaller than Miguel Berchelt. That might play a part in if these both meet when if they fight each other, which I believe they will fight each other pretty soon, probably next year. Hopefully it will happen. But well, you know, one thing is Gervonta Davis got power in both hands. He's really athletic. He's got quick hands, and that's what makes him explosive. Because when I seen in Miguel Machete, when he fought his two opponents, he hurt them. He knocked down his last opponent, which was Miguel Roman. He knocked it down, but he didn't knock him out. The ref stopped it, which was still a good fight, and it was good. I think the refs needed to step in to save Miguel Roman from really getting messed up and all that. So, but and I seen another clip of Miguel Machete in here. I think the ref stopped that. I think the ref stopped that fight too at the same time. So, but I didn't. But at the same time, with Gervonta Davis, he got one. He got. Everybody talking about he can knock you out with one punch. He does have that. He has that, and he got that one punch can knock you down too at the same time. I mean, he don't have to throw different combinations of different punches. He can do that, but he can knock you out with one punch too at the same time. But I guess if competition get better, you might see him have to do different combinations, different punches to knock you out, whatever. So, as his head movement is getting better, his movement, as in his lower body movement, his feet work, it's good. You know what I'm saying? I think it's better than Miguel Machete at the same time. But I think Miguel Machete is skill wise might be a little bit better than Gervonta Davis. He's not athletic than Gervonta Davis, but like I said, he get the job done. And Gervonta Davis can hurt you to the body, and Miguel Machete. That's why these two guys need to meet each other and see who will win between these two. And I know Miguel Machete talking about he might be, if he do go up, he might face Lomachenko, which I think that'd be a good fight too at the same time. But getting back to these two fighters, Gervonta Davis and Miguel Machete. Who I think is the number one right now? I would say Gervonta Davis right now, but it's not really a clear cut saying he's he's number one. But I'm just saying he's number one right now because he don't have no win. I mean, he don't have no losses. And then the second thing is, I remember Miguel Machete he's been hurt in a couple of fights. Miguel Roman hurt him, and then Francisco Vargas hurt him too at the same time. I never seen Gervonta Davis hurt, but that don't mean he never got hurt in one of his fights, because some of the fights I can't see. So by what I just said, I would say Gervonta Davis is the number one. Then Miguel Machete is right behind him. He's right behind him. He's like his shadow. And I know he got one loss, but that was in his early career. But that don't mean that he's a good fighter. And like I say, he can beat Gervonta Davis. He come with the right game plan. And you know what I'm saying. So, but another thing is Gervonta Davis. If Gervonta Davis move his head a lot and he make Miguel Machete miss, then Miguel Machete, like I said in the last video, he's going to be in a world of hurt. He's going to be really disappointed. He's going to, So, because Gervonta Davis, I think he will need to move his head with Miguel Machete order to win this fight. And if he don't, then Miguel Machete might win this fight. But with Miguel Machete, to win the fight between Gervonta Davis, he would have to move around a lot, I would say. Because these fighters are come forward fighters to a certain point, but they will move around when they need to. They have. I think Miguel Machete have okay move, and Gervonta Davis too. You know what I'm saying? It's not like fluently forward movement. I think Gervonta defense is better than Miguel Machete. I think Miguel Machete punches is kind of slow. I think Gervonta Davis might see his punches before Miguel Machete can see Gervonta Davis punches. I think Gervonta Davis punches are powerful. Quicker than Miguel Machete. And might be a little bit powerful than Miguel Machete, I would say. I will say that. You know what I'm saying? But I might be wrong with this. I might be wrong. But we gotta see these two fight. And I think it'd be a great fight. But at the same time, if it go to the judges or something like that, if it go to the judges, I probably would say it might be Miguel Machete, but at the same time, let's see if Gervonta Davis don't get no knockdown. Because I think Miguel Machete, skills wise, he can probably outbox Gervonta Davis, which he might have to do. But because see, Gervonta Davis is not like I never really seen. He's really quick, and he's got strong punches and stuff like that. He's a knockout artist more than a boxer, I would say. But he's beginning to get to that level as in being a somewhat a poor boxer and stuff like that. But him being a quicker and a knockout artist, I don't think we'll never leave him to a certain point. But that's if the competition get better and stuff like that, of course. But it'd be more harder than him on him. But yeah, so I say number one is Gervonta Davis, and I say Miguel Machete right now is number two. But at the same time, if somebody said Miguel Machete is number one and then say Gervonta Davis is number two, I won't get mad at you either way if you said that either. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying because I'm basing off of the last fights that I seen Miguel Machete fought, and then Gervonta Davis, who he fought. I mean, I know the competition. Matter of fact, the competition, I say Miguel Machete was a little bit better than Gervonta Davis. I will say that because these are the people who he fought. Miguel Machete had like Francis Vargas and Miguel Roman. Because I think Miguel Roman here, I forget how many fights he fought, but he's a veteran. Both of them are veterans. Gervonta Davis fighters that he fought, I think Krylov is a veteran too, but he's and then who else did it was a couple of other fighters. Pedraza. I mean, that was a good opponent too, and he was I think Gervonta Davis gave his first loss too at the same time. I don't think Miguel Machete really wanna bang with Gervonta Davis in the pocket that much, but we'll see. But it could be the other way around. You know what I'm saying? So they both are good. They can both hit you to the body and hurt you. They both got both powerful. They got strong punches at the same time. But I think Gervonta Davis might be a little bit harder than Miguel Machete. I have seen Miguel Machete hurt. I haven't seen Gervonta Davis hurt yet. You know what I'm saying? But this might be the person that can hurt Gervonta Davis and probably even knock him down, knock him out. We'll see. And Miguel Machete can probably do that too at the same time, and vice versa. Gervonta Davis can do the same thing. But if it goes to the scorecards, man, that means that Gervonta Davis, well, of course the competition is better because Miguel Machete he's been in wars with some veterans and won too at the same time because he only got one loss. So not necessarily mean that Gervonta Davis might have lost, but if he don't get no knockdown, then I can probably see Miguel Machete probably win this fight, probably win the fight between Gervonta Davis. But at the same time, this will be an interesting fight. That's how I look at it. Who's my number one, number two in the super featherweight division? Miguel Machete he's taller than Gervonta Davis, and he got a reach advantage than Gervonta Davis. but Gervonta Davis is younger. He's 24 years old. And matter of fact, today is Gervonta Davis' birthday, so happy birthday, Gervonta Davis. But that's why I say who's my number one, number two, and Alberto Machado. He's getting his name up there. He's getting some recognition, and between them two, I think Machado I'll talk about that in another video when he fight a couple more fighters or whatever. Alberto Machado, and so that's my number one, number two super featherweight pick in the division. And if you have any questions, leave a comment at the bottom of my page, like my page, subscribe to my page, hit the bell icon for new notification, new videos from me. This is JG from Above and Below the Belt. Bye.